Hello everybody, and welcome back to another stream here on the channel. My name is YouCan'tJustice, and welcome guys back to another installment of the Wild SMP. Today is a very amazing day, and today we're going to be doing stuff on the Wild SMP, such as telling ghost stories and campfire stuff and all that good jazz. So we're going to be doing that momentarily and whatnot. Let me just go ahead and get some greetings in. Hello, Sajin and Tori D. Wolf. I see you guys in the chat. Hello, some of my regulars. Alrighty then, so, as I said today, we're going to be doing some really cool and interesting and spooky stuff here on the Wild SMP. Nova, the host of this SMP, has decided to do a campfire ghost storytelling event, so we're going to be doing that momentarily. But first and foremost, I want to show you guys what we've been up to, so thank you all for tuning in today. Hello Parker, I see you in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to show you guys what we've been up to here in Aurora Borealis, which is the sanctuary, the colony that me, Yuki, and Danny have decided to colonize. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower our music a little because it's a little too loud. We're going to go over to my regular SMP playlist, and we're going to... oh man, what song should I choose? There's so many good songs here that I could choose and whatnot. Hold on a second. We need something that sets the mood, you know. Not necessarily the campfire story ones, but you know, we'll go with Emerald by there we go. Okay, can y'all hear that? I hope you can. Alrighty then. So, what we're going to do first before we head over to the campfire set that was made by our lovely friend Para. Alright, I'm seeing chat and whatnot. Let's head over to the live screen. Alrighty then, here we are. We're back on the SMP. And you might notice some stuff has very much changed. The bread bank has been fully built, by the way. Yes, in between the streams, I've managed to build the bread bank fully. A lot of stuff has changed here in Aurora Borealis and whatnot. So, hold on a second. I just got a DM from someone. Let me just do that. Oh, it's been turned night. Okay, so they're setting up the campfire stuff. But what I want to do is I want to show you guys what we've been up to. This is the bread bank. This is the official bread bank for the Wild SMP. As you can see, it's got its tag and everything. And we got ourselves a mailbox. Let's head on in. And this is where we do business. So up here is all my stuff that I transferred from my old house, which is right there, to here. And you might have noticed we got some more friends with us. We have Harry the Duck, or Chicken in this instance. You might know them from Mythos and all some other stuff. They're one of my companions that I've had for a long time. And we have some new little cats here for us. This one doesn't have a name at the moment. So chat, if you want to come up with a name for it, please do. I'm open to suggestions. But we have Sajin over here, named after Sajin. Then we have Pastel, who's named after my friend Pastelli Fox. So we might see them in the chat. And we also have Ona, which is named after my friend Ona Rora, or Triple Roras, if you know who they are. So we got some new little furry friends and whatnot. And now I'm gonna show you guys what I've been really building. I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. Alright, so obviously behind the counter, not much to see here because I'm still setting stuff up. But down here, this is where all of it begins. So we got 4 ways to go down into the next floor. So ye. And down here is, I'm still doing a lot of construction work. Like my room still needs to be constructed, a storage room, and ooh, a pet hotel. Yes, I'm making a pet hotel in the bread bank. This is gonna be great. So yeah, we'll look at that. We'll talk about that a little more later. But one room that is finished is the bread wall, or the bread hall, or something like that, if you want to call it that. So in my last stream, I told you guys that there is a new channel point system on the channel, and if you go over to the runic emeralds, the channel points and whatnot, you'll see that there is a new reward there that costs 2,500 runic emeralds, which is my channel points, and it's called Name That Bread. It basically, it says only redeemable during Wild SMP streams. You get to name a piece of bread with any name you want, and it will be placed on the wall of bread. So if any of you want to redeem that today and get a personal bread trophy with whatever name you want onto this wall, or the many walls to come and whatnot, you can do so. So yeah, we got item frames and we got tons of bread! Tons of bread! So yes, we are ready and locked and loaded for that. So start saving up your channel points, and well, yeah. Oh my goodness, Ona's already redeemed a Name That Bread. Okay, Ona, what's the name you want? What's the name you want? I'll pull up a notepad document right now. You want your name? Do you want it to be Onarora or Triple Roras? Do you want it to just be Onarora, Ona, or Triple Roras? Because I know you go like several names. Onarora. Okay, you know what? There we go. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and copy that. First bread on the wall. Let's go. All right. So we'll do all basically during the stream while we're gonna be doing stuff. After the stream is over and whatnot, we're gonna go and do all that stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of people on today, and you might have noticed my skin has actually changed. That's because today we are in the Ghostus skin. Now I don't know if you guys remember Ghostus, but Ghostus was my character in the Chunked SMP, and well, they're here now. They're here now in the Wild SMP, and we're gonna be wearing it for the special occasion of Ghost Stories at the Campfire. So now that we have the bread wall and all that stuff intact, so all those channel points. So what I'm going to show you now is what I've been working on. So we fixed the wall up a little bit. It's got more details. I made Yuki's house, which is known as the Green Mansion, and it's really, really nice looking. This took me a while to make, but there's Snow, Wilbur, and then there's Poppy, the axolotl, and I think, yeah, Chloe's right over there. Yeah. Bro, I forgot about Chunked SMP. Yeah, Chunked SMP was a while ago. There's a skeleton on top of the bread bank, by the way. Some of the things we've done is we've advanced in our paths. We've made a farm. One cool thing I've made over here is a cobblestone generator. So there's the cobblestone generator. I think it's lagging. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got a cobblestone generator. Justice, have I ever mentioned how amazing you are at building? No, you have not, but thank you so much for the compliment. So, Cindy's here. Hello. Sydney's here. They're one of our neighbors. We also have an iron farm, guys. We have an iron farm, and guess how much iron we're producing? A lot of it. So much iron. So we don't have an iron problem anymore. We got a bunch of villagers that we can trade with. Over here, we have ourselves an automated sugarcane farm that I built myself. And then up there is a super smelter that uses bamboo. And then out here is our farm. I didn't make this farm, Yuki did. So, definitely give credit to Yuki on that one. That's our farm. I would not want to go out there because there's spiders. So yeah, lots of spiders. But yeah, we've kind of just been, expanding around and whatnot. And it's been one hell of a journey. Like, I got myself full diamond, which I'm planning on, obviously, what you want to call it, upgrading to netherite, but as of right now I don't have that. So yeah. Looks like Para is saying that we can go to the campsite. So we'll do that in just a minute. But yeah, anyways guys, that is gonna do it for this intro. I just wanted to let you all know. Remember, if you have if you have 2,500 runic emeralds, aka my channel points, you can redeem name that bread, and make sure you let me know what you want the name of the bread to be, and I'll write it down. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is I think we're gonna meet up with Cam. Let me just go ahead and see if Cam is ready to meet up. We're gonna go meet up with Cam. Cam, you ready to meet up? Yeah. All right, I'll just wait. I'll wait for a response on that. Yeah, there's a bunch of spiders out there. I love spiders. In real life, I do not like spiders. They're really creepy. So once we get the go ahead from Cam. Okay, we're gonna go head over to Cam. Let's TP over to Cam Warrior, and we're gonna unmute. Oh, we're being surrounded by axolotls. This is interesting.
Where's Piss? Where's Piss?
Hello?
I lost Piss. Hello, I lost Piss. I'm trying to find Piss again.
Oh no. Oh, I'm being surrounded by axolotls.
Deal with it. Where are you, Piss?
Piss
was here.
Where's Piss? Where's Piss? We gotta find Piss.
Piss was here a second ago. I found Piss, then Piss ran away. There's Chatter.
Wait. Who's this? Oh, okay, that wasn't a name. Where are they? We're trying to find them.
You must find Piss again, Piss. Piss. Wait.
Did you go up here?
Piss!
Piss? Where?
Piss.
All right, cool.
Piss.
Hello, Piss.
Praise be Piss. Piss, the bluster of good streams.
Oh man, I already told my chat about the bread thing, and someone already redeemed it. Everyone was okay. Yeah, we can go to the campfire now. So
yeah,
let's we're gonna do.
Oh yeah, do you like what I got?
What? Oh, you got netherite. Nice.
Yeah. I was smart. I did this.
You're not wearing your skin.
I'm gonna put it on later.
Oh yeah, that's right. Spoiler alert, everyone. All right, so.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, so do we want to head to the campfire now?
Yeah, I'm warping there.
It's convenient that my music just ended just now because we're about to switch over to some more creepy.
I think there's some music that they're playing during it too. Do you want to go pop in the campfire time call?
Yeah, sure. We can go pop over there.
Okay.
Where's the campfire time?
It's above us.
All right, let's go. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
We were blessed by Piss, so we're here.
I'm gonna go to the campfire. I'm gonna go to the campfire set now.
Hello, Justin.
Hello.
Ooh, spoopy.
Yeah, I helped.
Very spoopy.
I helped with special things.
We got tents and all that good jazz.
Yes.
Oh, is that it over there?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Oh, so we're joined by Noi. Oh, you put shriekers around. That's good. Also, hello, Ebony. It was a nice attempt, but I saw you at the corner of my eye.
Oh.
Noi, you have a very nice
part
skin.
is, I told Para that I told Nova before this that we found a deep dark underneath your place.
Uh-oh.
So this is gonna be even better.
Free food, don't be greedy. Free drinks.
Oh,
free
she's
desserts.
gonna be terrified. You know what? Thankfully I have the goat horn with me.
I gotta
I
turn
have
down the volume.
Tori.
Goodness gracious.
Yes. Goat horn!
What am I missing here? What is going on?
Oh. Hi, Nova.
Hello? I have arrived.
What's the sound level for the shriekers?
Campfire.
Oh, it's blocks. It's blocks. Okay, cool.
What is all of this? Hello? This kind of looks like the Percy Jackson Camp
Half-Blood?
Yeah, Camp Half-Blood entrance. I kind of like it.
Ancient.
It's kind of
wishing
cool.
bell.
Okay, we got some tents.
Hello.
Nice.
I hope it's okay if I jump in.
Just do /warp campfire, then it'll take you there.
Yes.
Nora!
My chat's going crazy now that we
sleeping
mentioned Percy
bags?
Jackson.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, ooh. Okay.
I saw a
Oh
Zombo.
goodness. Hello. Hi.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
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 Over your head. Oh.
Ah!
Hello.
I just got hit.
Yeah, noise right
Ow!
there.
Yeah, Noise hitting on you. Noise, stop
What is
hitting on
hitting me?
poor Nova.
Well,
Oh, wait,
then.
one more
It's
spooky.
Noi.
Give me a
Noi's
one
hitting on
check
you.
to get more spooky.
Spoopy?
Yeah.
I can
We
get
got
more spoopy.
More spoopy.
Oh god. I don't want more
Ooh, you look like a ghost.
Just
I
give
am
you
a
1
ghost.
second.
This is my.
Bunny, are you
Oh, you're a lovely
Oh, you're
ghost.
not Bunny. Hi, boy.
Here, have
the-
some carrots, ghost.
Bunny is where? Where's
just
Bunny?
Screamed.
I am here.
Who? What is this spooky
You're
noise?
beautiful.
And we also have the banshee here.
Oh,
The banshee.
There's a zombie!
He's just vibing. Let him vibe.
I'm not letting him vibe. He must die.
You know, let him
As
pass
soon
the
as I
vibe
spawned
check.
here, I saw the zombie coming closer, so I decided to leave him alone.
Well, why is it so spooky?
You're welcome.
It's so
Hi,
spooky. yes.
hi,
Please
Lee.
turn off that music disc. Please, I'm getting-
I've got my own music, so I got this
Ooh.
to turn off.
Free food, free drinks.
Why is it so creepy?
Don't be greedy. I love how each one says don't be greedy.
Wait,
Yeah,
what
I have to
was
make that
that?
very specific.
Oh wow, bread.
I want at least one of everything.
Para, why is it so
Taking a
creepy?
vodka.
I brought my
welcome.
own.
Oh, dessert. I'm taking a cake. I'm taking a cake.
I am not hitting on Nova. No.
Aww,
Chat,
why
no.
not?
Take me some steak.
Oh,
No.
what's this over here? Lazy
Can't-
River.
Your skin.
Hello,
What is
Zach.
going on?
I'm a banshee.
She's a banshee ghost.
I was not told that we were dressing up for this.
Hey, I decided I was gonna do it, then they decided that they were gonna do it, then Noi decided they were gonna do it, and then Abney said they were gonna do
Look,
it.
look, kid.
Wait, we're
look,
dressing-
Nova, you're not the only one who
guys.
said
If
dress
you
up for
want
this.
to, if you
Okay,
want
hold
to.
on. You know what? You know what? I'm dressing up.
Well, there goes the whole.
Okay.
I already-
Welcome to the party right now.
Hi, Rachel.
Oh, well, I got that achievement.
Well, now you can get the sneak 100 achievement if,
Oh,
you,
wait,
if you're
slash.
around here.
Yeah.
You can just
I
right click
there's
the.
a-
You can right click the stair.
Oh, okay.
Stare. Yes.
Oh, that's that's the wishing
There's
bell
so
over
much
there.
chaos going
How
on.
many
I
wishes
made
are
so
there?
much wish.
I don't know.
I can tell. Hi.
I wished for a pet unicorn. I wished for more friendos. I wish for cake and cookies. I wish for a
I
lot of things.
wish for more boba
so
and
sorry.
mad bitches.
Very
kidding.
No, I
loud.
do not burn alive.
I
We do
wish
not
for
need
hella
birthday.
bread.
What is going on?
Hello bread? What's hello bread?
Oh my god.
Yes.
This is just chaos right now.
Oh, goodness.
Is that a
Bitches love
CD
that.
playing?
Possibly.
Yes.
I got my own music, so
Or
my,
it's just-
my, my
or it's
chat's
just the
my
screams of
chat's
the
about
people
to
that
be
were murdered in the
horrified
woods.
with
I had
the
to
song
turn that,
choice that I got.
turn
I
that
gotta
down.
turn it down too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn it down. We're gonna use our own music. There you go.
Okay, chat. I'm about to.
Hello,
play-
everybody.
I'm about to play
That's on
some
you. I have all
music.
the sounds turned down.
How's it going, everyone?
I'm being
It's
roasted.
going so well.
People are trying.
Camping trip!
Cat,
Yay!
no.
Yay, camping trip. Where's marshmallows?
We love camping.
Where's the
Oh
s'mores?
shoot! Who has the s'mores?
Yeah, where's the s'mores? Are you saying there's no s'mores?
I have a
Brought
pork
cake.
chop.
Oh, we have pork
Cake?
chops, I guess. Why am I still hearing
skewers?
smoke
Campfire
sensors?
skewers?
Where's the cake?
Food and whatnot over there.
I'm still hearing
I looked
smoke sensors. I'm not
what
liking
is-
that.
Turn down block
What are these
noises.
signs
Block,
over here?
Okay, we're gonna turn that down.
Yeah, we're gonna turn down.
Oh,
I made special
food,
drinks.
drinks, desserts.
Get out of the
Special
fire, boy.
Nice.
I'll take
Don't
the special
mind
drink.
if I do. I'll take the
This
special
is-
drink as well,
This is
Sydney.
quite the chaotic
I
setup.
want food.
Yes.
Ooh,
I took two
food.
cakes.
Hello.
What if
Don't
I
trust
just
me in
took all the
arson.
food?
Oh no, Para, what
I'm
about
gonna go.
you?
How can we even do that? Fire spread is off.
Ooh.
You guys, I don't feel so
Let's
good.
go.
Noise, stop walking.
I think I drank the drink too fast.
Oh, so did I think.
I have vodka and cake.
Yeah, we're kind of
Taking all
slow.
this.
Yeah.
Vodka.
I have vodka.
Anybody
I'll share
like
this
some
cake with you
vodka?
guys.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
And I got this one too, so whenever that one's done, I can just put down another one.
Me too. I have a few actually. Cake.
Hooray!
Just holding a totem.
Cake.
So,
Yay! It's a cake party!
vodka.
I love the cakes.
Oh,
Nom, nom, nom.
I got slowness. I can't. I have mining fatigue. Oh,
Well, isn't that
don't
something?
drink the vodka. vodka.
I wonder what soul.
Are you
Soul's
okay?
dressing
Are
up
you
as.
high?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm okay.
I don't think you can get high from vodka. I don't think that's how it works.
It's okay not to be okay.
True.
Is there a doctor for the house? I think we need a doctor over here.
Someone in my chat said it's spiked.
Somebody spikes the drinks.
Who was the one who made this?
Spike.
Who was the one who made this?
Not me, it was Para, I swear.
It was Para?
Yeah,
Oh,
this,
Para.
this is why you should bring your own
Make
stuff.
it.
Did you spike the drink?
This is why you bring your own stuff.
What the heck?
I totally did not supply the food and the drinks. What?
Hey, nice skin. Nice.
I threw away the trash in the fire.
You threw the trash into my
you're
inventory.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. I wasn't blaming you for anything.
Sorry.
I was deafened. What did I
Yeah,
do?
totally not blaming you for spiking the drinks or anything.
Totally not.
That was Cam. Cam made the
Totally.
drinks. Wait, no, that was
I did not-
Bonnie.
That was not me. I did not make the drinks. I just
Who has
provided
the
the
milk?
ambiance.
Who has the milk?
No one has milk.
Got milk?
There is no
There's no milk. You just
You,
got
ju-
the-
you
No one
just gotta
brought
wait
it.
it out. You just gotta wait it out.
I already waited out because I was the first one that drank it.
No, sit down.
So we got a campfire
Love the
time.
kids.
I am
Yeah.
roasting pork chops here.
There's food in there.
I wanted
All my
non-raw
hard
pork chop.
labor.
I didn't pay for this food for nothing.
Look, if he doesn't take it, I'll take it.
What's your guys' favorite thing about a campfire trip?
S'mores!
I agree, the s'mores.
S'mores!
S'mores?
yeah,
What
yeah.
about
The,
you guys?
But there's still s'mores here, so that disappoints me.
Yeah. Minecraft, fix your stuff.
Minecraft adds s'mores to the game. What's wrong with you?
I mean, they have
Okay,
chocolate chip
what about you guys?
cookies, like, might as well.
Exactly. Might as well add
chat,
more.
chat. You can go ahead and answer that question as well.
Yeah, what's your guys' favorite
Intriguing.
parts?
Walking into the camp.
Chat, what's your guys' favorite part
Tell us,
about
chat.
Yeah.
All of the
Which
chats.
stands for the
All
chat.
the chat.
Do it. Oh my goodness.
No, I will not get away from the fire galaxy.
Listen,
Yeah,
boy,
come on, you tell him.
boy, look at me. Among Us.
Among Us.
Among Us.
Okay.
Alright, so
We got some imposter stories for
ghost
tonight.
stories. That's my favorite part as well. Is ghost stories. So who here has a ghost story to tell? How do we want to do this?
Use
Who wants to start? What?
Hmm.
Google. No.
Oh.
Your own stories. It has to be real life ghost stories here.
Oh gosh.
So
Man.
It has to be real life.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. It makes it more immersed, you know.
I was just gonna wing an improv one.
You could.
Same. I was going to too.
If
I
you
can
want to,
only
you can, but
imagine.
If you want to, you can. but
Imagination.
I would try to keep it as, I would try to keep it as real as possible.
I have
So-
an actual, like,
Sajin,
real,
that's not a
real
ghost
one.
story.
Be a ghost story
Ooh,
that's like not like
Wait, Buddy, worry. Oh, you're right there. Okay.
I'm
I
about
couldn't see
Kayla.
you.
He's my buddy for the night.
Okay.
What if it's not a personal story, but it's like one that you, like one of your family members have been through?
That's fine. It has to be real. So.
Okay.
It's one that's happened to me.
Okay, Buddy, do you want to go first?
So a bit of backstory. My family is very into supernatural stuff, and I actually see ghosts.
Oh.
So.
Ghost.
True fact. True fact.
So
Yeah,
you're,
Sydney can say.
Alright,
but-
so
Yep, I vouch for that.
When I was younger, there was 2 instances. One
Jeez, no.
was when I went swimming. I don't know how to swim, and I will never learn how to swim because of this incident. And so I was walking in the shallows. It was at this giant lake that my family goes to just kind of hang out. And I felt something grab my leg, and then I look down, and there's a severed hand, and then I just go under. And then I wake up, and I'm on the shore, and my dad's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I don't think so."
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't
Well-
be after that.
That's very
I-
creepy.
this reminds me of
Yeah.
so many things.
I'd be
maybe I
terrified.
just moment there.
But that's crazy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What about? You said you had 2?
Yeah, so the
Instances?
second one was at my old house we used to live in. I was playing outside alone, which I never do anymore.
Oof.
And
Fair.
for me, it just looked like a normal person walked up to me, and I just started talking to them. And my mom's like, "Who are you talking to?" And I was like, "The charcoal man." And she's like, the what? The charcoal man. And then the charcoal man hit me, and then I bit him, and he tastes like charcoal, and I did not appreciate it.
What?
That is one hell of a story.
I just like that.
Yeah.
So basically, he was. So alright. So hold on. So basically, he was like from a barbecue. What?
For the best way I can describe it is he looked
Please
like he was like a coal miner.
Oh, coal miner, yeah.
Oh, coal miner.
Oh.
Okay,
Interesting.
But
okay.
how can you fit something that's like not physically there? That's my
It takes
question.
a lot of energy. I slept the rest of the day.
Oh,
Damn, you're even
fair
lazier.
enough.
Dude, you're lazier than I am.
Say that's lazy?
Oh,
I would just say that's
Lee,
more
don't be mean.
so. Yeah. I'm looking at
No,
you,
that's a
Lee.
compliment. God damn it.
Okay.
Okay,
whatever.
I might have one.
That's interesting. You have one?
You have one?
I think so. I don't know if it counts as a ghost story, but it was really weird and like I guess it could be like seen as paranormal.
Is it yeah, is it like along the lines of paranormal?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
I think so.
I think that should count. Like paranormal
Jeez.
is amongst all that.
Not get into the booty bandit story. No.
Okay, I will be right back. I have to do 5.
Oh
jumpers
no.
first. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Okay.
So, little, I guess, backstory as well. I live, like, in the middle of the woods. I don't have many neighbors. I have, like, 2. So...
Can I be your neighbor?
Oh no, they're back! Everyone scatter!
Hi, Phantom!
Phantoms are here.
Hi, Phantom!
After noise.
Bedtime!
They love to give out
Why
hugs.
me?
Guys, go to bed!
Oh, wait. Oh, the beds.
To the
Where's the
tents!
beds? Where's the
To
beds?
the
The
tents!
tents.
To the tents!
I know, but...
Hi!
I'm saving my
Eight
seat.
Oh
people.
no!
2 more.
What?
2 more people, go to the tents!
The tents, there's beds.
Chilling in the
The phantoms are attacking. Either that or do /AFK.
Yeah, that could work
Guys.
too,
Which
but...
I already did.
We're wait for one.
Bunny.
Bunny.
Bunny's
Bunny!
ripping around.
Bunny, stop moving.
Buddy!
Huh.
Yay, okay.
When there's things attacking.
Bunny,
All right.
do not move.
That's why we have the tents. That's why we have the tents.
They're still here.
Oh god. Okay.
They came over to give us hugs.
Should I just temporarily turn it peaceful for now?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Don't let me forget about it though.
We'll
Please.
remind.
Okay.
We'll remind you. We'll remind you.
Everyone
Thanos
look at
snap
me.
it.
Especially knowing Dave.
Anyways,
Ev-
Soul, you
Everyone
were
look at me.
saying- What?
Everyone look at me.
Screenshot time?
Yep.
Peace sign.
Thank you.
Hi, Tuds.
Woo.
It's just for the thumbnail.
Epic. Okay.
Aww.
So
Yeah,
you were
go,
saying.
yeah, go
anyways.
on, Soul.
Okay, so I live in the middle of the woods. There's like, we have like a lot of wild animals, and I mean like a lot. Like you can be sitting out on the porch, and like deer and coyotes and foxes and stuff will just like come up to you or run across the yard. It's really neat. But basically, I think it was like my 13th birthday. I had a whole bunch of friends over, and we had just. We watched an episode of Supernatural, so I guess it kind of put the idea of, spooky into our minds. I'm like really chicken. I'm big chicken. So, our house, like my whole family is like, oh yes, ghosts are real. Ghosty ghost. And so, we believe that our plot of land is haunted. And so basically what happened was this particular night, I had I think it was like 6 other girls, and we were all like, sleeping at my house, and my best friend and then another one of my friends were out in the living room on the couch, and there was this it was like a light up ball kind of, but somehow it rolled into the living room and started like flashing, and then my it was really weird, but it gets weirder because my best friend, so I have a lot of dolls. I collect like antique porcelain dolls. And
Creepy.
Oh god, don't say
Dolls. Oh.
one of my friends, she starts sleep talking, and another one of my friends, we'll call her Lou. Lou, she was still awake, and my best friend started sleep talking, and she starts mumbling words and stuff. And one of the words that my friends, like, there were several words, among of which is doll, and was like run and stuff. And it was really weird. And so my my friend came like running into our room, and she was crying. She was freaked out.
Oh god.
And like this particular friend is like one of the like most like brave and like stand up type people. Like she's like one of the strongest people that I know. And so the fact that we saw her crying was like really weird in itself. And
Yeah.
so she was like, I'm just gonna sleep in your closet, you know? That's yep. And so she slept in my closet, but she didn't know that that's where I keep my dolls. So
Oh my god, no.
she claims the next morning that when she woke up, there was one like in the corner looking at her, which is weird because I have them on the shelf. And so, it was just a really weird like series of events that were just, it was very entertaining after it happened though.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that's
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, that's
That is
definitely something.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Damn cheese. Damn, that's terrifying. Yeah.
That is terrifying.
All right, I think.
Pretty spooky.
All right, I have two stories, but I'll only say one, and then I'll let someone else do their story. So
I could do mine after yours.
Yeah. We'll do that then. All right.
Yeah.
So for those who are not aware, I'm not just a content creator and all that stuff. I do several other things like commission work, and I do voice acting jobs and all that stuff. And one thing I like to do on the side as a hobby, more or less as a hobby, not as a job, because it's not really a job, is paranormal investigations. And the reason I got into these is because of some particular events that happened to me when I was around 7 to 9 years old, in between that time span. And both of the stories I have are set within that time frame. But for a little bit of backstory, I lived in a outskirts neighborhood in the town that I grew up in, and we lived in this. Me and my mom and a lot of other people, including my brothers and my sister, lived with my sister's dad at the time, and he's kind of got a lot of money, so he's got a big house. And when I described that this house looked Victorian and whatnot, I mean Victorian. There was a lot of bricks, a lot of Gothic designs and all that stuff. But there's this one particular part of the house that is that has a long hallway. It's a long hallway, and where it leads to is there's 3 doors on the side, 2 that go into separate rooms, and 1 that goes into a closet. But at the very, very end of the hallway, it leads into the garage. And for the entire time that I grew up there, I never went in the garage. We never really used it anyways, so it was kind of just that vacant area that we never went into. Nowadays, it's definitely different because I don't live there anymore. But a little more backstory. My mom is she's had this connection to the supernatural ever since she was like my age, at the age of 7. And she claims a lot of things, and she also claims that my grandfather did exorcisms for a living. And so, well, not necessarily a living, but you know what that means. And so there was this one instance where she had claimed that while she was looking for a new house, there was this eerie feeling to this house that she had. And she had asked the realtor or the real estate agent if the place was haunted, and they, without hesitation, they apparently said yes. They said it was very much haunted, and as soon as she heard that news, she stepped away from the house that she was trying to buy. But what really makes this a little more scarier is the fact that she told all of us that she thinks whatever was from that alleged haunted house has followed her home. And
Ooh.
the thing about it is that in some mythologies and in some religions, that can be the case. Sometimes you can attract an unwanted spirit, and there's several ways you can ward them off. But unfortunately, she didn't know how to do that. So she had started claiming that our house had been subjugated to an unwanted spirit, specifically an evil spirit. Not necessarily a demon, but a spirit that wanted to do us harm. And she had made these claims so many times. She had so many experiences, and some of them that she told me downright, like, they chill me to the bone. Because, my mom, if there's one thing that she isn't, it's she's not a liar. I can definitely tell you right now that she tells you these stories, she always has this look of horror on her face, as if she knows what she saws. But where my experience comes into play is at the time of this happening, I didn't have an experience yet, but several of my family members did. I know my sister did, my newly born brother did, and whatnot, because they would start crying at random things for no reason, like they weren't hungry or anything. They were just crying and stuff like that after being put to sleep. And my mom, obviously, my mom had a lot of experiences, but on this one day, our power got knocked out because of a thunderstorm that had passed over. So our power was out, and we had nothing but the fireplace and some flashlights to light up the area. And being in a big home that's like very Victorian-esque, there's a lot of dark places and whatnot. And when I was around that age, I was very much scared of the dark. Like everybody was. Even my mom was scared of the dark. And pile that with the fact that she claimed that like some sort of evil spirit was like lurking around us. It didn't make it any better. But we had all settled in the living room with only the fireplace to light up everywhere, and it felt very eerie, I will say that. But what solidified this experience, and this is what made me start investigating the paranormal, because even I don't have an explanation for this, and I know for a fact that, you know, I wasn't imagining things. I was very much conscious about this. But one of the batteries in our flashlight had ran out, and so my brother, he told me to go fetch some more batteries from his room. Now, I'm okay with doing that, especially nowadays, but back then he was telling me to go get batteries from his room, and his room was at the end of that hallway, that big hallway that I was talking about. His door was closest to the garage door, and since the power was out, the only thing that could light up the hallway was the dim moonlight. So I didn't have a flashlight because, you know, obviously, you know, the flashlight had ran out of batteries, so I had to go in there in the dark. And so I started venturing over there, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all because it was very scary. I didn't like the dark at all. But I could see the hallway. I could see the hallway. It was just bright enough to where I could see it. So I start going forward, and I start walking forward into this hallway, this long ass hallway. And right as I get to the where the closet door was, like I mentioned, which is the first door you see, I get this really, really chilling sensation. Like my whole body has just frozen over, and I've never felt like this before and whatnot. And what happens next is something that still scares me literally to this day. And so I look over at the end of the hallway where the garage door is. There's no curtain on the garage door. There's a big window on the garage door, but it's pitch black after there. What happens next is what I can only describe is something trying to reach out for me, is what I could best describe it as. And so what happens is that there's this dark mist of some sorts that just appears right at the end of the hallway, and it starts getting bigger and closer and closer, and from what I could make out, it looked like a person. It looked like someone was standing there, like. And so I freaked out. I freaked out a lot. I was like literally 8 to 9 at the time, or like somewhere around there, because like it's hard to remember because I was so young at the time, but I remember it distinctively. So I instinctively ran out, and, you know, obviously my family sees me run in panic, and so they ask me what's going on, and I basically tell them, you know, there's someone in the hallway. Because at first that's what I thought I was seeing. I thought I saw someone in the hallway. And it's not uncommon for that neighborhood to have people sneak around your house, because it's happened before. I've seen it happen before. And so they come with me to the hallway, and there's nothing there. Nothing. Completely nothing. Nobody, not a person. And well, what scares me the most is, like, because the thing about it is that my sister's dad at the time, who was taking care of us, he didn't believe in any of this. He didn't believe the house was haunted. But when the power managed to come back on, my mom pulled me aside, right? And she asked me what I had seen. And I told her. It was like a black mist, like a big pitch black mist. and it looked like someone was standing there. And she tells me, I've seen that same thing. That thing stands in the corner of her room every night and watches her.
Ugh.
And well,
Ew.
and so, you know, my mom again was pestering to my sister's dad that, you know, something has latched onto this house and something is here. But he never believed us. That was until he had an experience himself. He allegedly saw the same apparition, and ever since then he was convinced that that house was haunted. And we eventually moved out of it. But, you know, I'm not sure if whatever was latched onto us has still followed my mom, but ever since then things have basically calmed down. Nothing has ever happened since then. But that was the experience that led me to actually look into the paranormal, because, you know, there's just some things I couldn't explain and whatnot.
Right.
So yeah,
Very fair.
Yeah, that's my first story. So
Interesting.
That's a good story.
What a story.
no, it's like the plot of a
Yeah.
Goosebumps episode, man.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
okay.
Agreed.
I got a really short one, and then a
Okay.
semi-long one. Not the too crazy.
Yeah, I can go after.
I'll tell the short one real quick because it should only take me like a minute to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, basically, back when I was in high school, I did dual enrollment at my local community college, and at that time, I was part of their production of Macbeth. At the time, I was one of the witches they had. They basically made it so it was like a full coven instead of like 3 witches, because of how many people there were. And
Oh my
so
God, I remember this.
I'm. Let me talk about it.
Go on,
I-
go on.
Anyways, basically, so I'm like this is like high schooler camp, just going in, practicing our lines in my room and all that. Fun fact, if people don't know this, the stuff in Macbeth, it's not make believe or pretend what you're reading for the witches.
Oh.
Which I didn't know at the time. So I'm practicing, making sure I get those lines good, making sure I can get it on point. So at that time, I like had my desk set up. So one day, I'm just relaxing, and I'm like, oh, I need to go get a drink. So, at that time, I had a mic stand that kept like moving on its own, and I had a chair that had like a back vibrating thing, so that I could like massage my back and all that at the time. And it's like really hard to flick the switch and all that. I have to preface with that. So I leave my room, go get a drink. I come back. My mic has moved. That's fine. It usually moved on its own anyways because of just how heavy the mic was. My monitors were off. Normal. That means they most likely fell asleep or something. The chair was on.
What?
The chair was on.
I don't think you've ever told me this story either.
I thought I told you it. Yeah, this happened before you came in. But yeah, it's like that happened, and I literally told my mom, like, Mom, I did not turn that on. And then she taught me how to basically anoint my bedroom so that nothing would come back into my room.
Oh.
Yeah, you've never told me that story. That's actually new to me.
That
Dude,
is the short story. The
Bro,
quick, long story that I got.
Bro, I tried to get a priest and try to exercise that room as fast as possible.
Yeah,
Shit
that's
you
technically
not,
kind of what I
literally
did.
jumped
That's what
in
kind of
Yeah.
learned how to do.
Yeah.
Really fair.
Who has a battle horn?
It wasn't me.
That would be Sarah.
That would be
And then
boring.
funny.
I
And then
wonder.
Cam. My final ghost story. It's really good. This one's really interesting. Justin was actually there when this happened, kinda.
Mhm.
So, fun fact: I grew up in Florida for most of my life until basically 21. So, basically 20 years of my life I spent in Florida. There's this very haunted city in Florida called St. Augustine, where
Oh, yo,
is-
I may know of that actually.
Okay, I will go back to the story. Okay. Anyways, so it's like a really haunted place. Like, it is known for how haunted it is. Like, it has the first ever Ripley's Believe It or Not. That one's haunted too. Like, it is extremely haunted. So, anyways, me, Justin, and my mom went on a vacation there, and we decided to splurge a little bit of money and go on the St. Augustine ghost tour. There was a specific ghost tour for the lighthouse at the time. Very limited, hard to get in, but we got a slot where you could rent out K2 meters and you got glow sticks so that you could see around. Me and Justin had rented out K2 meters just so that we could use them while we were in there. So we go through the tour, which during the tour, the K2 meters was going off, which was very interesting, seeing the ghost talk. And there was like a lot of history of different ghosts there. Like there's a specific one in the lighthouse. I'm not gonna get into that because it's not related with what I'm gonna talk about. But there were these little girls that were that died there from basically they decided to take this minecart system that they had so they could move bricks around and decided, you know what, this would be a nice little roller coaster before roller coasters were really a thing. So they get in, they ride it, and they rode it right into the sea, and basically they drowned. And it said that they sometimes just like to play.
Aww.
So, we were allowed to roam free after the tour, and I got lucky, and I was like in the, basically, I forget what the term is off the top of my head, but it's like the main house for the person that runs the lighthouse.
The keeper's house.
Yes, the keeper's house, thank you. So I got like the top floor all to myself. So, like, there's no lights, it's only a glow stick lighting it at the time. So I decided to sit in there with the KT meter, see if like maybe I could talk to the little girls, because the little girls like to talk to the women there. They really like to do that. So I set down my KT meter, had it on. Nothing was really happening, so I decided, you know what, they like to play, might as well do this. So I take off the glow stick, which has been tied around me this entire time, which I never took it off at all during the entire session besides then. I put it on there, I look away, I say, hey, I'm gonna look away for like 10 seconds, feel free to do whatever you want with that. If you don't do anything, it's fine, no pressure. I count to 10, I look back, I notice nothing. So I'm like, okay, nah, it's fine. So I just started walking around and all that, and me and Justin decided to get a little bit of merchandise before we left. And that's when I took off the glow stick that I had put around my neck. And with this better lighting, I noticed there was a knot that I never tied, and I do not even know how to tie that type of knot.
What?
Yeah, we still have that glow stick. I was in the room when that happened, and something that also had apparently happened was the EMF meter, or the K2 meter, that we had rented out. Specifically Cam's, she set that on one of the benches that was in that room. And when I had walked in, I had asked her, like, she had picked up her glow stick, and I had asked her, like, yo, where's your K2 meter and whatnot. And we couldn't see at all, so we turned on a flashlight that we had at the time, and it was flipped over. It was flipped over on the same bench it was placed on, and she claims that she never placed it upside down. So, yeah, we still have that glow stick too. We still have it, and it's still got the knot in it. It's not just any knot though. It's like a perfect knot too.
Like, it would have been someone that had been out to sea or worked with people that were around the sea that could make that knot. Like, I've never learned that type of knot a day in my life.
Me neither.
So
interesting.
I learned how to make knots when I was 9. I was just
yeah, like Nova, you tweeted out about the whole ghost experience thing. Yeah, that's the St. Augustine lighthouse. That was one of the places that I talked about.
So if you ever go to St. Augustine and you're in the lighthouse at night, they just want to play. The little girls just want to play.
No, it's not just them. Allegedly there's like 6 different ghosts that haunt that place.
Yeah, there's a few.
Oh my.
Bro, I would play the game of get your sorry ass out of the fucking house.
They're nice.
Okay, there's no for clarification, at the lighthouse there's never been a reported bad incident with the spirits.
It's not like the jails.
It's not like the jails, yeah.
Bro, I'd be still scared shitless, so.
Alright, I think it's Para's turn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go on, Para.
Grime, Noi, you guys might want to go on the other on the chairs. I can't see. So there you go. There you go. All right.
Yeah. All right. So when I went back to the Philippines, when I in 2012, I believe, there's these things called aswangs. It is it's like it's a shape shifting evil creature that's usually told in Filipino folklore.
Mm-hmm.
So I just remember when we went to this place. It's I forgot what it's called, but it's there. There's a beach near where I live in the Philippines. So when we went over there, I just remembered that we were just walking. We were just having a nice time on the beach. It was nighttime. Probably the worst thing that we could have done was go at night. And I don't know if it was just my little kid imagination or if I actually saw something with wings. But I just remembered seeing something walking across the horizon from where I was standing, just walking slowly across, just with giant claws and wings. And these creatures are supposed to be. Sorry, I have like my sensitivity is like really high right now.
It's fine.
You're good.
Yeah, you good, man.
But supposedly at that beach, I actually didn't realize. I didn't actually look into this even more until I was around 16, 15 years old. But apparently at the beach that we had visited, apparently a family of 4 had died there. And the supposed cause was drowning, but it was never confirmed whether or not it was a drowning accident or if it was an actual paranormal kind of accident. But from the autopsy, from what I saw, there was I don't think they released one, did they? No, they never released one, but they said that they drowned. But they did release pictures. If I could find them, I probably would send them, but probably not on Twitch because that's kind of graphic. But you could see that they have scratch marks on like their chests, and like one of the children were actually missing.
Oh.
And it happened years before I had gone back to the Philippines, so I'm kind of glad it happened. And ever since then, I have been very scared to go back to that beach because I'm scared of seeing that winged, large clawed aswang that people described.
Ugh.
But yeah,
See,
that's
this is why I don't go taking a dip in lakes, man.
Ah, the skulkers.
Good old cryptid story. That's nice. Actually, yeah.
Noise, sit down so the skulkers don't go off. Please.
Yeah.
Please. Thanks.
Man, I've always liked cryptid stories because cryptids are a part of the paranormal as well.
Oh, if that was a cryptid story, then I have one. But if who wants to go first?
Can I just say, while I was listening to Paris' story, all I heard was a weird freaking noise come from upstairs. Like,
yeah, I'm home alone. I'm home alone right now.
I
had a very strange.
It sounded like a
feeling with that
fox, but
story.
it sounded like my dog, but also a fox at the same time.
Lloyd,
Yeah,
I know it's supposed to be a horror story, but I don't think it's supposed to be like having
Actually-
a horror story actually happening live.
Yes, please.
We summoned a ghost live.
I mean, I'm like home alone right now, so I'm kind of terrified.
In Minecraft.
I'm alone too, and I've had some weird experiences in this room, so I do not want to
I've also
summon
had weird
anything.
experience in my room too. So.
I also have a spooky story time whenever someone's ready.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So this happened a long time ago when I was back in my high school. So we have this little ghost visitor that visits our high school in a way, and it's most haunted in the auditorium. So yeah, fun times there. But I haven't seen the ghost really, but I have teachers that have told the tale of them witnessing the ghost and everything and its actions. So that's creepy. every Halloween they even share the story, and they even have like have these kids sit on top of the little trapdoor that they have there, but we never really use it because the ghost is most haunted there. But it's more haunted down in the sewer system. I don't know how that school system works really. But yeah. But they would have like these teenagers sit on top there and be like, oh, you should date that person because they're so brave just to sit on there just to feel the bump from down below. Yeah, it's very freaky, very creepy. I never gone there. I never choose to go there, and well, I've gone to that high school, but I never did that kind of experience because I'm too scared to. And yeah, so one of the stories that my choir teacher have shared with us in class is a time when he was like, sorry, I'm kind of shaking right now. I'm so nervous.
It's okay.
Okay. So yeah, when I was like, okay, let me just restart. Doing all these things out of the nerves. All right. Thank you. All right. Let me just kind of like restart. So let's see. When my teacher like late at night is when the ghost is more active. So when pretty much like when the school is over, basically that's when it's more active once it's later at night, because it does like to visit the upstairs. Well, not the upstairs, but out of the basement, basically from the school. My choir teacher have locked the doors. Like they sometimes will have to like lock the doors from the cafeteria and things like that. And when he came back, doors was unlocked. So that's one of the spooky experience there. But it's like a friendly ghost, as I heard, like a little ghost girl. There was like another time when my other teacher, which was like my theater teacher, which is he was doing like a lot of the play things, and that was like during the daytime when the students were practicing for a play or something. And in the auditorium, since there was no one else there, he heard a little girl's voice calling his name. So, yeah. And he asked all of his students, like, did you call for my name? And they all said no, since no one else was not there besides the little ghost girl in the auditorium. So the auditorium is also one of the more haunted places where the ghost girl visits. And it used to be like farmland, and she died inside of the well. And I believe that's pretty much like all I can remember from those story times at the moment, but there's a little bit more details. But those are like the main experiences that I've heard of. So yeah, a haunted school that I've gone to in the past, but never saw the ghost, so I was very blessed with that.
Oh my god.
Fun times.
I've been into haunted places myself, actually. It's
You got an experience?
Really... yes, I do, actually.
Alright, then say it. Say it.
Oh boy. Alright, so, there was this one time when I was like young, like fucking teen. I vaguely remember this because it was like a while ago. So let's just say I was like, fucking 14 or like 15 at the time, when I was like a couple years into like moving into my neighborhood, because I used to live in another house back in the day in another neighborhood. There was this we would used to chill out with these group of people, right? I would used to chill out with these people with my brother and other shit. So there was this one time where we all kept talking about a certain house that is like literally down the street, like right across from me. Like there's a curve like that goes to the left, and the house is like near the end of the curve is where it's facing my house. And I vaguely remember this, so it's gonna take me a while to remember. So we kept talking about it. We all kept like going down there sometimes, every time, see if we can try to get some like activity going. We all would like sometimes fuck around and go near the house and shit. Maybe try to spook each other once a few times and shit. But the most scariest part was that we managed to get something in one specific photo, and I shit you not, it was not dust at all. I can tell you that, because we all figure it was just bullshit at the time, because we used to fuck around with each other all the damn time. So me being like, oh yeah, I don't fucking believe that, dude. There's no fucking way that we actually got this shit on camera and biz, because like I said, we literally just fuck around with each other and shit. But yeah, we did get a ghost orb on camera, and oh boy, and just to put this out there, we used to break shit in that house every time we get, and then I don't know. Like ever since then, we stopped going into that house after some certain stuff happened and after the photo happened. And I shit you not, like when we did fuck around in the house, random stuff did get broken, and it wasn't even us. And I was like, what the fuck? And certain stuff would be moving, and it wouldn't be us, because we have a limited number of friends in this group. So it would be like fucking 4 of us, including, wait, was it 6? 6 of us, including my brother at the time. And I still had no words for it to this day. I literally don't know what was going on in that fucking house. And then years later, the house was getting like renovated. Oh fuck, what was that word again? Something.
Renovated?
Yeah, renovated. Yeah, it was getting renovated, and then a while later, new neighbors went into the house. I haven't heard about any shit about it since. And then there's other experiences where I did experience random shit happen, and it wasn't even me, my brother, or other people I was with. And oh fuck, it just scares the shit out of me when you are just literally standing still, or just doing fucking nothing, and you just hear random shit, like no names, no, just saying creepy messages and shit, just random shit moving.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
There was other times that it actually happened out of state, not in my neighborhood, like out of fucking state. Because like I said, we sometimes fuck around, but when it gets to the point that it wasn't even us, we stop fucking around and actually not be in that place any longer.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. This is actually serious. It actually happened.
No, Para's messing with the skulk sensors.
No, I was trying to give Bunny a berry, but it kept going back to me.
Okay.
I saw that.
But yeah,
It's hilarious.
Matter to the fact, I never fuck around with the paranormal or the supernatural or whatever the fuck. I just worry about myself and just tell like my brother and my friends like, hey yo, this doesn't feel right. We have to like literally get the fuck out. I don't feel safe if random shit's gonna keep happening and it wasn't even me or my brother and my friends. And
I would too.
dude, I would not fuck around. I would actually get my sorry ass out of that fucking place. I would not fuck around.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
There's a reason why you don't want to
shit.
disrespect the dead.
But still, I still have the photo of the fucking ghost orb.
You should send it in the Discord chat.
Well, actually, I can't find it because
I'm gonna slide some
I
stuff
had
in
no.
this picture, actually.
Well, actually, I can't find it actually because
You're gonna what?
I have a new phone and I'm betting on the photo
Sydney's
was
on my
on my
head.
old phone.
I don't know how to feel about this.
I walked up to the world. Hey.
Anyways, well, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Define interesting.
The ghost orb that you guys
The ghost orbs shit. Yeah. It's...
Nova, can you make a pictures chat inside of the?
Yes.
I was just putting it in
I wish I
the
still had it,
the
though.
mute chat.
Yeah,
for
I've got
Campfire.
I've got a few pictures of evidence that
no,
I've got
you're
from my
on mine.
investigations.
Okay.
I'd be more than
Hello.
willing to upload them.
Hello.
Oh.
Yeah, look, I'm willing to share more of my experiences, well, a few that I did have back in the day, but I'm not gonna really push it anyway.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sorry. All right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Who else wants to go? Do you guys want me
Tell
to
the
go?
stories.
I vaguely remember mine, so
Some more, but I think other people should go
You can go.
first.
You want me to go? You guys
You
want
can
me to go? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
I'll go after.
So, okay, this event is all one event, and I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. Before this event, I never got into the entire paranormal thing ever. It never became a thing for me until after I went with my friend to this place, and then after that, it was. I'm not gonna spoil it right away, but it was just terrifying. There was a lot of things that led up to this point. So. It first starts off with me and my friend, Chelsea, and her cousin. They liked, well, Chelsea is an empath when it comes to ghosts. She can see ghosts too, and she can also like sense them and everything. And so can her cousin. Her whole family is kind of like that, and they used to go, they don't go there anymore because after the one, I swear it's after this one incident when I went with them, they don't go to this place anymore because apparently a lot of bad, weird stuff keeps happening now. So they just don't go to it. But there was this place I went with them once called Mackham's Rock. It's, no one else has ever heard of it. It's just like a little place with like an abandoned train track. And there's like a rock that apparently there's a lot of parties there that happen and all that crap, but when we went, it was just deserted. There was nothing there. It was just like gravel, a road that goes up to the train track, and then it stops. But you can hang out there if you wanted to, because no one owns the property. We went there, and that night we were also deciding we want to go drive around to like, they wanted to go show me how they drive around to do graveyard, investigations and stuff like that. Because I had told them like, ghosts are pretty interesting, but I've never dived into it, so it was kind of weird.
Bro,
So,
I never screw around with dead people. I fucking swear to God, I never.
I
screw
didn't
around with
either
dead people.
until I just like went. They didn't do anything bad either. They just go there, they sit there, and they just sit and listen. That's what they do. That's all they do. And I was freaked out because I don't normally do this kind of stuff. I just sit in my room and play Minecraft.
Bro.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I went with them to this place, and then we went to the graveyard later at night, and we just chilled out in the car. I just got very bad vibes in the car. I didn't want to look out the window because I was afraid if I did, I'd see something I didn't want to see. But it just, overall, the experience at that night, just something bad was there, and it freaked me out. And they were like, "You're freaking out about nothing. There's nothing there." But I was like, I felt something weird, and my heart was racing. It might just be because I was scared, but still, I was like not okay with it. So the entire time we were there, I was just hiding, not looking out the windows of the car. It was freaky.
Oh my God.
But for the next time I went over and hung out with them, we went to this place, and it's just me and Chelsea, and then her cousin again, and it was this house that apparently they get some sort of what's the word that I'm looking for, experiences there, but we went there, and then afterwards, I don't know what it was, but a lot of weird shit started happening to me. So, the first thing that happened was, basically, I started having nightmares, throughout the entire rest of the winter season, because this happened in the fall, and then several months passed by and I had nightmares. and they were really dark nightmares. They were basically, I would have dreams of family members being murdered, or it was like as if it was like signs of something weird. Okay.
Like premonitions or some shit. Or
Yeah.
just visions?
But it was like my family. But it was also like, I don't know. And every time I would wake up after these nightmares, I would wake up at 3:33 a.m. Not kidding. Straight 3:33 a.m. And to this day, it still freaks me out that this leads up to this. So I wake up at those times, and then finally, some weird stuff starts happening in my house. Now, I had heard rumors that in the house that I currently live in with my parents, that someone in this house did die from people that live in the neighborhood. But it is unclear of if they died at the house or they lived there and then, you know, went to the hospital or whatever. I don't know. But ever since I came back from hanging out with Chelsea those times, I would start, when I would be alone in the house, I would start to feel very, very weird, like I was being watched. Especially my brother's bedroom, my brother Daniel's bedroom, which is right across from mine. When I would be home watching the house by myself, I would start looking towards the bedroom, and then I would start feeling like someone is there watching me. Not good. And it was like very dark, ominous feelings. It was not fun.
Being watched would not be fun at all.
No, but like there's nothing there. There's nothing in the room. I would just be alone, feeling like someone's there.
Exactly.
So, and then the events happen, and I swear to you that these are, I can't tell if they're kind of like between sleep paralysis to me and ghost, but I swear it's more so real life ghost event, because it just, I don't know, it's very fishy of how these came to be. But I basically, trying to remember, sorry, brain. One night, after coming home from hanging out with Chelsea, I was just sitting in my room. I went to bed at a decent time. I didn't have anything like sugar or anything. I was going to bed. I slept. It was a time that we had visited another graveyard, and after that, I just went home. And I woke up. I woke up at 3:33 a.m. again. And it was a full moon. And I feel like full moons have like the strongest energies of like the supernatural. I don't know why. That's just how I feel. But when I woke up, I was frozen. I could not move.
Shit, sleep paralysis?
Yes. So this was like the sleep paralysis event. I know this was sleep paralysis because I could not move, but my room was normal. And in my previous dreams, the ones about the murder was there is this 7-foot person that would, and I mean 7 foot, this guy was gigantic. It was just a black mask that would chase my family members around and murder them, basically. When I woke up, I couldn't move. I was facing my nightstand, which is exposing the whole entire view of my room. Normally we have the living room lights, not the living room, sorry, hallway lights on. And normally I have my door closed because I feel safest when my door is closed. I cannot leave my door open when I'm sleeping, just because I get very paranoid as it is when I leave my door open. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I just close my door.
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm the same way as well.
Yeah. So I wake up frozen, and I could tell that my door is open because the blinding freaking light of the hallway, and it's a white blinding light, is exposing my room. I'm like, okay, what is this? This is why did someone open my room, my bedroom door? Like, please don't. And I couldn't move to go move it up. Here's the thing. Then I started hearing some weird stuff happening. So remember the guy, the 7-foot guy? I started hearing boots, heavy ass, dirty, like not dirty, metal, the working boots, the huge, the big clunky ones that guys would normally go work in when they wear them. I started hearing that slamming around on the floor. Like, they would stomp on the floor. You could hear them very loudly. And my mom is in the living room, the big living room that we have, sleeping. My dad is sleeping, and my brother is in his room, but you have to walk through a bedroom to get to his room, so that's the thing. They're stomping, and then I just hear, and you could, for some reason during this, I could tell that it's a huge, tall figure, like a 7-foot figure stomping around the house, and this figure was angry. I'm not kidding. This black mass figure, whatever it is angry, and it's just stomping down to my basement. And then I start hearing like just weird drumming downstairs, and then the guy screams very loudly, like it's shaking the house. I hear a door slam, and then it stops. It's like, it feels like some sort of like phasmophobia shit. That's what basically is, but it's not. It's like, ugh, it still freaks me out to this day. What are you guys doing?
They made a tower.
We are ascending. We are ascending.
Join us.
You want me to join you?
I can't move from the seat now because if I shift, everyone's gonna fall.
Wait,
Lee's over there.
Lee, can you take a screenshot of us?
Let's go.
Lee, take a screenshot.
Lee, take a screenshot of us.
Hi.
Hi.
My story's
It's a
almost
good
over, I
time.
promise. My story's almost over
Feel
because
free to
it leads
tell
into
us
the
about
real life. It leads into the real life situation that happened.
Okay.
Feel free to.
So that happens, and I've never had sleep paralysis in my life. It never happened before. I finally get the chance to move after the guy disappears and the boots are gone and all that stuff, all that crazy horror nonsense. And I get up, I bolt my ass up because it felt like someone had invaded the house and literally like just started stomping through like they were ready to murder my entire family. That's what it felt like. I rushed to my dad's bedroom, which is right next to mine. And I'm like, I opened the door, I'm like, Dad, did you hear that? Someone's in the house. And he's like, no, I didn't hear anything. Well, I was like, I still think someone's in the house. Please, just go, can you check around? He's like, I'll listen if I hear someone. And I'm pretty sure he just fell back asleep because he did not hear anything, apparently. And I don't know if it's just because he was deep in sleep or what, but I'm pretty sure if you heard someone invading your house, you would legit go check it out, right? You would get up and you would hear it from sleep. So I don't know what that was about, but that happened. And then a weird thing that I'm pretty sure happened in real time, not sleep paralysis. I woke up around midnight this last time, and I was wide awake. I was conscious, okay? There was no sleep paralysis because I could move. I sit up, and I start noticing something weird in my doorway. My mom is not home at the time, but my dad is. And I don't have any sisters. I just have 2 brothers and my dad and my mom. But my mom was not home. She was at my aunt's. I look over at the door and the hallway light is off, which I was like, okay, hallway lights never turn off in our house. They always usually stay on, but nowadays we turn them off because the light is too bright. But at the time, it was always on. This light is off. And I just start seeing a hand, a black shadow mask hand, opening this door. It kind of like grabs the, I don't know words, but it kind of grabs the door handle thing on the edge, and then pushes it open slightly. And I was like, who is that? Like, I voiced it out loud. I was like, who's there? The door opens, and I just see this woman sitting there, okay? And this woman at first looked exactly like my mom, except there was one thing off about her, this woman. It's the fact that she had long hair. And it felt like it, whoever's sneezing, bless you.
Bless you.
That was my mom in the background.
Oh no.
In the
Bless
other
Rachel's
room.
mother.
But basically, this figure looks like my mom at first, but then it kind of like morphs into something that's not my mom, and it's a black mask figure. I'm breathing, I'm awake, and I'm conscious, and I'm seeing this figure. And then I don't know what happens after that, because I can't remember exactly. But I think after what happened, after I... Hold on, I'm trying to... brain work. What happened was... it just was standing there, and then it kind of like walked toward me. And then right after that, I just woke up. And it was day.
Oh, just like that?
Just like that. Because that's all I remember. But I swear to you guys, I was awake. Because you know that feeling.
Does that remind me from Coraline of the other mother?
Coraline?
Or Coraline, sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. I swear to you guys, though, that I was awake during that entire thing, and I swore it looked like my mom at first, except the figure ended up having really long hair. And it was not my mom. And that freaked me out. Ever since then, my house, my room specifically has, when I don't like being in my room alone for a long period of time, and I took down my mirror because ever since then, I felt like in my doorway, like specifically the door, if you look hard enough at night, I feel like there's some sort of like mask that kind of forms like a darkness in the door. And I took down my mirror because I felt like it amplified it. And my aunt, who is actually I think she said psychic somewhere around there, who actually can like see ghosts and stuff like that, she said like sometimes mirrors can like make dark negative energies like strengthen, and they're like portals and stuff like that. And
wait, I thought there were windows and shit.
Windows, portals, and strengthen negative energy, I believe, but I'm not quite sure. But I don't have a mirror in my room anymore because of that. So, yeah, that happened. And it still freaks me out to this day. And the sleep paralysis thing, I never had it again after that, because I never went with my friends to this places again. So take that with you what you will. I'm hopping off now.
Let's go.
Hey, there we go.
But yeah, take that with what you will. Thank you.
That was good. That was good.
That experience to this day with the sleep paralysis and my dreams leading up to the sleep paralysis and then the actual thing happening still freaks me out. So.
You guys made a nice tune.
Para.
I stopped burning yourself.
Who else hasn't told a story yet?
I think Noise said that they were gonna go after you.
I can go.
I know.
And then I'll be
Rachel
last.
said
Noe,
it's 3.
I
can't-
believe in you.
Sorry, I was making a really sick beat right there.
Mine's
It
just
was
very
beautiful.
short. But so basically, on our journey back from a beach over, I think it was like somewhere in the border of like Massachusetts and Vermont.
I'm gonna lay down on the floor.
And basically on our way back, it was like starting to be like close to 10 o'clock at night. We were already halfway home.
Oof.
And we had to stop halfway on the Northway, which that's what we call up here in the north. It's just a highway. We had to stop on the side of the side of the road because I don't remember fully, but me and my sister, we looked over straight right at the road, and we saw a full-on apparition running down the road, and I'm sitting here like, did you see that? And after that day, after I saw it, I started like believing a little more and whatnot. But my sister to this day will not agree that she saw it. And I had another experience. I was on call with 2 of my friends, and we were up till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And one of my friends caught. You know how there's a dog filter on Snapchat, right?
Yeah.
You know how sometimes it can catch some things? Para!
Oh.
Para!
Para!
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Parrot didn't do that?
Imagine.
Yeah, so
Imagine that.
first my
That'd be
friend
creepy.
my friend catches like something using like that filter, and then right after it, my closet door just decided to just fall down onto the ground. I'm sitting here like, I'm not over there.
Like fall down? Wait.
Yeah, it fell down onto the ground. Like full on fell off where I had it
The
staying.
hinges?
The hinges were already broken. I was like leaning against, and it pushed the opposite direction where it was leaning against.
Oh, shit.
And nothing was over there at that time. I knew none of my cats were in the room at the time, because all of my cats stay up with my grandmother. But it was like freaky at the time, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like we were all up, half asleep and whatnot.
It's always at the sleepovers, man.
Yeah, it wasn't even
Hey,
a
it was
sleep,
sleepover
it wasn't even a
party.
sleepover. We were on call, like FaceTime, like face call or whatnot, and it was just the 3 of us too.
Oh.
Yeah, and it just like all the stuff happened, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And like I haven't talked to them in like over a year or so. It wasn't because of them, like because of that. It was just because of some small little drama in there, and like we haven't had like any communication after that. But I'm still good friends with them. But that's pretty much it.
Huh.
I might have had like when I was also younger. I also had night terrors. My parents would come in and calm me down because of the night terrors. Apparently, I'm not the only one in my family who gets the night terrors. My sister also got the night terrors. Around the same age as I got my night terrors.
No one in my family gets those at all.
So
They're not fun.
it's just
I never
creepy as
get
fuck.
night terrors ever. I don't get them.
Yeah, night terrors are definitely creepy as hell. Especially when you have something scream in the middle of the night into your ear, waking
Oh,
up
yeah,
in a
no.
panic attack.
Oh my god, that would spook the shit out
Yeah,
of me.
Those
I
suck.
I looked at the time when that
Well, I
happened.
know.
It was actually 3 o'clock in the morning.
The witching hour.
Like 3:03 in the morning. That's when
Why
it happened.
3 o'clock in the morning? I don't get it. It always happens at 3.
Well,
Oh.
it's basically in some aspects of mythology, in certain religions, 3 a.m. is known as the witching hour,
And also,
where the activity is the most highest.
I know 333 though. The numbers 333 is like a guardian angel kind of thing. So maybe while I was in those states of mind experience, the reason why it didn't affect me too much is because it basically there was probably a guardian angel somewhere. I don't know.
It was
but
protecting you from the Toll Man.
Maybe. Beast
believe
Man,
it does.
that is a very concerning comment. Give me your liver. I refuse. Thank you.
Can I have it?
What?
What?
I don't know if I should ban this person.
What?
Can I have it, please?
I don't know if I should ban this person or not. But give me your liver. That's a
Who
very
is it?
interesting first time chat. It's BeastFan6000. Who are you?
I don't know, but I'm used to, like, I'm used to having to deal with people's chats where they literally demand livers and kidneys. It's great.
Oh God. I will not give you my
Yeah.
liver.
I
Thank you.
also know some history around where I live, like where my house is. Apparently, so if I walk in like the backyard of my house, there's no actual like yard. It's full on woods in the back, and there's just stone wall that you can see left over from a house that burnt down many years ago. And what my dad told me is that there was a father and like I think it was like 3 daughters or something, 2 or 3 daughters, and the father was like an alcoholic, and then I don't know what happened to them, because my dad doesn't want to give me details of what happened because he heard this story, but apparently they probably all did not make it from that fire that happened.
I must have burned.
So it's just creepy that I have a house behind me that possibly had some people in it.
Hi, Justice.
And they're
Yikes.
still probably hanging
I
around
can.
here.
Hello.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Hey, wait, I have a story. I have a story.
No, what the
He's
hell?
gonna freak me
Hello.
out.
Going on a
Like,
trip. Going on a journey.
okay.
It's journey.
I have a great
Well,
story.
Are you going on a trip on your favorite rocket ship?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just
Yay.
say something real quick. I'll just share a couple small things.
Oh.
It's more lighthearted because I haven't had any actual real experiences with ghosts.
Yeah.
But
Lighthearted. We love that.
yeah.
Boy.
So
Grab the fire.
when I at my house where I lived at college, I had these little battery operated fairy lights around my bed, and sometimes they would just kind of flicker on and off without me turning it on. So that was fun. I considered there was a ghost specifically in that room, and I tried to make friends with it. What else? There was supposedly a haunted locker at my elementary school.
Oh.
Don't remember much with that.
Ooh.
Goodness, what else? I had a third one. I forgot it, but yeah, that was kind of the main one. I haven't really had. All of these are like actual scary stories, and it's just like, oh, there's a little ghost turning my lights on and off.
Oh.
It's okay.
Sometimes it be like that.
Sometimes those are the best ones, though. Like the more lighthearted ones are the best ones, because it's like, oh hi,
Yeah.
hi ghost.
Wholesome.
Yeah, mostly with my stuff, it's been like bad energy. Like some places that I've lived just had bad energy.
Oh, I
Um,
have a bad energy house that I can tell you guys later, but go ahead, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, but it had like nothing to do with the ghost. I think there was like mold somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah.
My family kept on
Ooh.
getting really sick all the time. It's just
asbestos,
we
I
yeah.
love it.
President Dino.
Yeah, something similar to that. So we just
Ooh.
tried to get out there as soon as we could.
Yeah, that's weird. That even though it's just maybe it's the mold or whatever, but still getting sick all the time in that house would be. Whew.
Yeah.
Yoik.
Noi.
Wait, let's be one with the fire.
Tara had
Oh, yeah.
had another story.
Yeah, Sarah, what's your story?
Alright, okay, so this actually happened not too long ago. So I visited this cave.
Not a cave.
The
Yeah.
cave.
So there's this cave, right? I visited it like about a month ago. And it was a really cool cave. There was a greenery, and there was also like dripstone and stuff. But apparently someone had got
Minecraft Cave Clips update?
Wow.
Minecraft
Wow.
1.18?
Selfie with the warden, no clickbait.
But apparently, there was a murder down there.
Oh.
Oh, that took a turn.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
delightful. Normal Tuesday.
So like there was like green goop and like a sound would play. And Nova,
Yeah.
hi. The accident wasn't your fault.
Fuck. I hate this.
I hate my life. I wrote that up, Para. Oh my god. I hate my life. That was good, Para. That was good.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
I
I
hate
had
my life.
to.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, was that the ghost story then? Is that the
Yeah,
ghost
it was
story?
like the story of how you killed my slime. And the
Oh,
goat
was a
horn.
murder.
Wah, wah.
Murder.
what a
Oh my
twist.
god.
True story indeed.
It was
Very
a very
true
true story.
stories.
So true that it happened in Minecraft. Let's
I'll
go.
tell this one story about the bad house thing, because I still didn't like this house. I don't ever want to go back. I kind of want to, just to see it now. Maybe it got fixed up. But basically, my parents were really into this one house that they wanted to buy. And it was right next to a graveyard. Now, at the time, my young brain was like, graveyard's bad. Let's not move near them. Because I was like 6 or 5. I don't remember. But this house, I tell you what, it was 2 stories. And my parents liked the graveyard part because my dad was like, they're the most quiet neighbors ever. Like, sure. But basically, this house, I don't know why, I just didn't want to live there. And I think my mom caught on. She was like, yeah, we're not gonna live in this house if my daughter or kids just don't like it. But basically, there was a whole ass hole in the floor above, like the second floor. Like you could see down to the second floor. Just bad vibes. It was like, it kind of looked very dark and grim like inside too. And it just, the fact that it was near a graveyard too does not sit well. But that was basically it. That was that. So bad vibes house.
Bad
We love
vibes
those.
house.
Hashtag bad vibes.
Yeah. So that's
The
you guys
house
all have
did
very
not
interesting
pass the
stories.
vibe check.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm having fun.
Bunny.
Yeah. I have a proposition. Does anyone in anyone's chat have an experience that you guys would like to share? Should we let our chats share an
yes.
experience?
I think my chat
I-
has been talking about stuff.
Did I scare you, Para?
Same.
Yeah, I'm a
If
little...
you guys have experiences, now would be the time to tell us.
My chat's been dead, so I can't even. I don't think I have a
Same.
chat.
Okay.
Honestly,
I'm
same-ish.
surprised I even have... Oh, Galaxy has a ghost story.
Okay, Galaxy, let's hear it. And then I
Gal-
think Grandpa Alexander in my chat has a ghost story, so we'll go with Galaxy's first. But so, dogs. I hear dogs.
I hear.
Yeah, it's from my side. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're okay.
Oh,
Anyway, so Para, what's the ghost story from your chat side?
Galaxy's currently sending it, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
While we
Is there
wait,
one
I
that's
have
already
2 more
typed out?
stories, little short stories.
Nope.
Yes. Let's
Yeah,
hear 'em.
20 stories.
Okay. So the
Stories
first
told.
one is well, it happened actually this past spring, like it was in March, like this March, and I went on a cruise to Cozumel, and I think some other place in Mexico. I don't remember where. I think it might have been. I don't remember. Anyway, at this place there was like these. It was like a city, but it was abandoned and stuff. And it wasn't the Mayan ruins. It was something else. But basically, there was this like long, like water tour thing that we did, and we swam through this cave system. And whenever we got into the cave system, our tour guide told us a story about how like basically this is where like back in like the the times when witches and stuff were like, oh, ooh, spooky. That's where they drowned them. They would drown them in this like well system. And so like if you looked down in the water, like it was really crystal, really pretty water. It was awesome. But like if you looked down, you could actually see like bones and stuff. It was really creepy. And
my.
so I was swimming, and I don't particularly know how to swim. I'm not actually the biggest fan of water at all. But I couldn't stay out of it because it was the only way to get to like the next part of the tour. So I kind of like just floated along very unhappily. But at one point I like felt something grab my ankle, and I didn't really think much of it at the time because like there are fish and all this other stuff. But like later on, whenever we got out of like the like well type thing, I don't know what to call it. It was like a water place. Whenever we got out of the water place, we were on the bus going back to our like destination where our cruise ship was parked. And I heard other people talking about how they also felt like someone or something grab at their ankles. And so woo, spooky. And then my second story is when I was little. This is just like a little thing. I don't really know like how up to date this is, or I guess I can't really confirm this because I can't remember this. But when I was like real little, like a baby, apparently my parents would sit and like this would happen for hours on end, and I would just sit and I would talk to nothing in my room, and maybe that's just like me being a baby, dumb baby, but it was like my parents say, because they're like super big believers of the paranormal. And they were like, they are convinced that I was talking to something or someone in my room because at the time I had like this little like a the thing that hangs on top of baby cribs.
Cradle.
No.
Yeah. No.
Wait,
but-
no.
Yeah, like one of the
One
spinning
of
things
those
that
things,
Yeah,
like
the
the
spinning
babies play with. Yeah.
Well, I didn't have it on my cradle, but I had it on the wall, and it was like flying pigs, and it made noises and stuff. And my parents never turned it
No.
on because like it was they just never have like a reason to turn it on, so they just like let it sit there and like slowly spin around on its own like however it pleased. But they claim that like occasionally they'd walk in my room and it would be on and it would be spinning and it would be like making noise and stuff, and I would be sitting in my room and I'd be talking to something under the cradle thing.
Ooh. Creepy.
Spooky.
Okay,
The dogs
So-
don't like the ghost.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, obviously my dog does.
Does Galaxy has hers ready? Or wrote hers out? Or can I tell Grandpa Alexander's real
Yeah,
quick?
Galaxy just sent their
Okay.
thing.
Then I'll tell Grandpa Alexander's.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Alright.
Okay, so this is from Galaxy. So my grandparents used to live on a farm that contained an abandoned house on the property. This house was broken apart. It was old and abandoned. One night when my sisters were visiting, my middle sister heard something outside during the night. So she went to go investigate. At the top of the stairs from the second floor, you could see the abandoned house clearly. When my sister got over there, she saw a man fall off the balcony of the old house. Oh, Galaxy's still writing. Ooh, oops. Yeah, Galaxy's still writing right now.
Okay.
Hey, Jen.
Welcome.
Actually,
Okay.
I'll reread it. Just read
Welcome.
Grandpa's first.
G/warp
want me to
space
read- okay.
campfire.
Yeah, hi Jen.
Read Grandpa's first, and then I'll read
Hi.
Galaxy's.
All right.
What was
Ah.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, I got it.
All I see is skins.
I'm gonna
Okay,
go
so Grandpa Alexander says his is more of like a sleep oh, sorry. Camp,
Oh no.
Camp-
Like you did.
get out of the water.
Don't die! Don't
There's
die!
water. Fire.
Don't
Anyways,
die in the
so
fire.
this-
Come on, we can't
this
die
is,
again. We're
uh,
ghosts.
Oh.
This is Grandpa Alexander. So he
Feel free to take off
they
the armor.
I'm not sure what they go to by. Sorry if I mispronounce pronouns.
It's
But
trendy.
Grandpa Alexander said mine was basically I woke up at exactly 3 a.m. So kind of similar
It's always
to
at
what
3
some of us.
a.m..
I know it's always at 3 a.m. What the fuck? He said I have an alarm clock just close enough to visible view, and
I'm back.
and to see, and it's time. Anyway, sorry, butchered that. My apologies. He said, but it's just far enough to not be reached. This sleep paralysis is why I say it was a nightmare fuel, because I was sleeping over with my little sister. He said, I saw what almost began to look like she was being dragged until my sleep paralysis wore off. It was actually happening, yet nothing was there to drag her, just air, or it looks so. And she was being dragged by something until it rushed out of bed, until I rushed out of bed to save her and helped her back down. Whatever this thing was, it seemed to step back when my sister was saved by me, as if it was backed away, or nearly right after. As if it backed away nearly right after. Oh no! Sorry, I wasn't saying oh no for that. I was saying oh no because he got ads, I think. But ooh, that sounds creepy. Seeing a loved one being like dragged away.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
a
have,
big deal.
I have a little something here from one of my viewers saying named Cryptic Moonrise, but they go by Cheese.
Praise be cheese.
It's very short. It's very short, but they say, I just found out from my parents ever since I was able to talk, I could see spirits. So now I can confirm that I'm not hallucinating this stuff. I said this to C-Bit yesterday at my friend's house. I saw a tall, almost see-through blonde woman with a long white dress for a few seconds run at my friend. Then I had a headache for the rest of the day.
Ooh.
And the ones I see, and the ones I see, they're nice. They just like watching one will just run fast by you.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Oh.
I've got a second story if anybody wants to listen to that. While
I think Para.
Yeah, Galaxy just finished theirs.
Okay, go ahead. I'll go after this.
All right, so I'll just start from the very beginning.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
my grandparents used to live on a farm that contained an abandoned house on the property. This house was broken apart. It was old and abandoned. One night when my sisters were visiting, my middle sister heard something outside during the night. So she went to go investigate. At the top of the stairs from the second floor, you could see the abandoned house clearly. When my sister got over there, she saw a man fall off the balcony of the old house. She ran outside to see if the guy was okay, but the man was completely gone. No sign of a man even being there. My grandfather told my sister that the owner of the house before it was abandoned had one day walked in from the working field to find his wife in the bed with a farmhand. In the man's anger, he shot the farmhand off the balcony with his shotgun and banished his wife to live in the tenant house with the farmhands she loved so much. The farmhand spirit still haunted the old house. The farmhand spirit haunted the old house until the lot was bulldozed. And yeah.
What the heck?
Ooh.
That is ominous, I'd say.
Oh boy.
Very.
That's very ominous.
Yeah. What was the second one you had, Justice?
Okay, so obviously I talked about earlier about this this dark shadowy entity or something that, you know, obviously I saw and all that stuff. But this one's a little more lighthearted because of the fact that I've told this to a lot of people, and a lot of people, including my mom, and them think it was possibly a guardian angel or something like that. But
Oh, I know the story.
yeah, you've heard this story, Cam, but these guys haven't. So essentially, this happened right around the time that I was 10 years old, and this was a year before we moved out of my sister's dad's house. So yeah, this is like around the same area that we lived in the first story. And so what had happened is the acre village and whatnot is like the neighborhood is surrounded by certain areas, there's like large cornfields nearby, but there's also some forested areas. And something that me and my brothers would do is that we would always just go out there and mess around in the woods and all that stuff, particularly during the day, because none of us had the guts enough to go at night. And so I used to do a lot of stuff out there. One thing I used to do was I used to do a lot of camping, solo camping that I did for myself. And yes, I did this at the age of 10. So it's very interesting to see me just set up a random camp in the woods nearby. But I like camping and whatnot. So, you know, it's a thing I do. But particularly on this one day, there was a little bit of an incident that happened involving me running face first into a tree. And so obviously when you run face first in a tree, you're gonna get injured and all that stuff. So yeah, that ended up happening to me because me and my brothers were playing hide and seek tag, and so I had actually accidentally ran into a tree and hit my head really badly, and it caused me to have like the first ever nosebleed ever in my life. And so, you know, I fell to the floor. You know, I felt a little dazed and whatnot, but primarily my nose was bleeding a lot. So I instinctively, my brother, one of my brothers, saw what happened, panicked a lot, and didn't know what to do about it. So he instructed my other brother, who was there, to I'm gonna shoot you with this crossbow. Anyways,
Sorry.
they had instructed my other brother to go fetch help. And so my oldest brother at the time, who, you know, the other brother instructed to do something about it, he had gotten his first phone. So instinctively he went over to where he could get a signal, and he called an ambulance. He called 911 because, you know, our house was a little far away, so if he were to run over to the house and all that stuff, it would instinctively take them a while and all that jazz. So there was no time to go get them for help, so they had to call the cops. So I'm sitting there dazed a little bit, out of my mind and whatnot. And so next thing you know, one of my other brothers is there, and my brother who had called the cops, he comes back and he basically said he said it's gonna be a while before they get here. So, like, you know, we gotta do everything we can to help our brother out, who's on the floor and bleeding from his nose. So what they did is they first and foremost, they needed to stop the bleeding, so that's what they did. And what makes this story a little more strange is the circumstances that happened in a sequence of events. So obviously my brother had claimed that the ambulance wasn't going to be there for like a while, perhaps maybe 15 to 30 minutes, which is a
get off the campfire.
which is
Nova?
Nova?
Come on.
Sorry, I wanted to eat cake. Sorry, continue, Justice.
The cake.
It's not letting me
right
eat
there.
anything.
Anyway.
Well, because you
yeah,
turned it
because
peaceful.
it's
Oh.
impeaceful.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
Exactly.
Now it's not.
Nova.
Well, now mobs are gonna spawn.
Anyways, continue.
I would continue if you stopped jumping into the fire,
Go ahead.
because I can't continue if I'm just gonna keep hearing you step on coal
I'm done,
and
I
whatnot.
promise. I'm done, I
I
promise.
certainly hope you are, because I'm ready to aim another bolt at you.
Do it,
I'm
Gary.
done.
Nope.
Do not
Yay!
Dare
do
take
that. I'm gonna die.
Someone's gonna die today and become a ghost. Anyways, okay, anyways, continuing where I left off. Okay, so obviously ambulance was called. It was gonna take about 15 to 30 minutes to get there. And that's not necessarily a good thing, especially if you have someone who's losing a lot of blood. So in this circumstance, what was happening to me is I was feeling a little dizzy and whatnot, because obviously blood loss will do that to you. And so I had closed my eyes for just a few seconds.
Oh, great.
Nova, put it back to peaceful,
Oh
please.
man, that was truly hell now.
Sorry.
Okay. So what had happened was next thing I did is I closed my eyes and whatnot, because I was praying at the time that, you know, this wouldn't get any worse than it already is, because this is like a real life-threatening situation and all that stuff. So the
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
So what had happened next was is I opened my eyes very slowly, and what I see is not my brothers who are right next to me. What I see in particular is well, my brothers weren't around me anymore. This was really, really strange. And so I think I forgot to tell you that detail, Cam, when I told you the story. But basically, when I opened my eyes, my brothers were not around me anymore. It's like, which was very scary because at first I thought, am I dead?
Oh no.
Because that seemed like a very, very, like, you know, scary moment where you, like, no one's around you and it feels like you've just died or something. So instinctively I panicked about it. But what caught my attention the most is the fact that there is someone sitting in the tree that I had just hit like a minute ago. There was someone sitting on a branch looking down at me, and I could not make out their facial features, but I could tell it was a man. And much like the figure that, you know, I saw in the first story, this one was pitch black, but this one didn't have a mist around it. It had some sort of a glow to it. And so instinctively I thought, you know, who the hell is that? Who's watching me? And next thing you know, I end up closing my eyes again, and then my brothers are snapping their fingers trying to wake me up. You know, they're slapping me in the face and everything, and they're just and I asked them, like, how long has it been? And they're like, you've been passed out for like 40 seconds, not even a minute. And then something very coincidental happens at that very moment. An ambulance arrives right then and there.
Oh.
Remember, they said it was going to take about 15 to 30 minutes to get there. But no, I've only been passed out for 47 seconds or something like that. Not even a minute, and there's an ambulance right there. And so, you know, they hook me up, bring me to the hospital. My parents come and, you know, they're freaking out, asking what's going on and all this stuff. And so, like, you know, again, me and my mom got to talking, and I told her about what I had seen, and she ultimately told me about the concept of guardian angels. And so she basically tells me that, you know, perhaps you seeing your guardian angel meant that, you know, this was a sign that they were going to help you sooner than you think. Because when, like, the concept of guardian angels is that they show up in your time of need, and it makes a lot of sense for this situation because, you know, I was in dire need of medical assistance, and, you know, if I would have just stayed there, I would have probably died, essentially.
Right.
So to this day, have no idea what it was. I've never seen it again. I haven't had an experience. My mom has allegedly told me that I have seen this figure more than once, but I can honestly not remember what are the times she's talking about. This is the only one that I've known. So
Interesting.
So yeah, that's my story of an alleged encounter with an angel of some sorts.
Interesting.
Cool.
Oh.
So
Jen,
yeah.
Jen, since you're here, do you have a story before we end tonight, or?
Yeah, I got a story. Can it be any story, not just stories that you've experienced IRL?
As long as it's IRL, yes. Like, it's like someone you might know or something, that's fine. But who has had the experience, it's fine. But as long as it's like kind of like real life and not like a creepypasta or stuff like that. So.
Oh, dude,
Okay.
I had
Well, the story is the story, yeah, it is real life, but it's not from my point of view.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay. Well, I've been a bit interested in you know, a couple of ghost stories, but one of them is like unopened doors around the world. You know, doors that haven't been opened or can never be opened because of supposed bad events that'll happen if doors are set open. But one of them in particular is in Banff Springs, Canada. There's a hotel, and this hotel has pretty much like everything going for it. It's beautiful, it has a nice view, all that jazz. But it's missing a room. That room in particular is room 873. And that's because that room has been sealed off. Because if you walk down that hallway and you look to your left or your right, you'll notice that there's just a large empty space where a door would normally be, but there isn't. And there's actually there's a story behind said room 873. Supposedly, in 1928, an incident happened where a couple and their daughter checked into the hotel, but they both didn't make it out alive of the hotel because around nighttime, the father killed his wife, his daughter, and then killed himself. And then afterwards, there were a whole bunch of incidences that came from room 873 where people complained about screaming and bloody handprints on the mirror, all that jazz.
Oh my
And
god.
so to stop that, the room was sealed off. And I kind of believe that room could still be there. Someone just got to knock down that door and, knock down the wall first and then pry that door open. So it's a possibility someone could get that urge one day.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah, that's my story.
Bro,
Interesting.
Bro, like I said,
Great.
I would never fuck with a supernatural dude ever.
I have a
Take me on a
When in
journey.
doubt, don't mess with the dead.
I have a story from Sage and Pure in my chat. If anybody
How
wants
many
to hear
stories
that.
do you want to?
Yeah.
How many more stories do we want to tell?
Maybe one more, and then after, I mean, unless Yuki joins us and would like to tell a story, but...
I think Yuki said that they do have. Yeah, they want to tell a story as well. So
Just give me a minute. I'm just starting my stream up.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
What I can do here to keep the stories going and whatnot is I can tell Sajan's story, and if there's if Yuki's still starting up stuff, I can tell some urban legends from places that I visited.
I have a small story too.
Yeah, because like obviously
I'm not gonna be able to stay around too much, but yeah, if we want to do your chat story. Oh, I'm sorry, your chat story real quick. That's fine.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay. So Sage and Pure, who's one of my regular viewers, they said in my chat one ghost little encounter I had was at my grandparents' house. We have this little ghost statue that turns on based off of motion, and it will do a little Happy Halloween. It will do a little line like Happy Halloween. My grandmother got it around last year, and there was only 3 of us in the house: my dad, my grandmother, and myself. We're all in the living room chatting, and we hear the little ghost statue go off. My grandmother's face just smiles, and so does my father's, and I asked them, is that who I think it is? And he nodded. It was my grandfather.
Aww.
I've been instructed to drink, damn it, by ghosty knees. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, drink.
I love that story.
That's a sweet one.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
pretty sweet.
Okay, it looks like Yuki's still getting started up, so I can tell mine real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So this is not a chat one. This is more of a personal one that happened. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another St. Augustine ghost story.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I told you about this one. So
yeah, I know.
When I was younger, with Florida, you have to do like Florida history, right? So you got to learn everything Florida. So what they decided to do too was, you know what, St. Augustine field trip is like one of the oldest places in Florida you can go to. So for the people that were staying overnight, you had to attend this ghost tour, which I still find kind of hilarious due to the fact that it was a Christian school, but to each their own on that. Anyways, so we're just chilling. Me and my mom are there. We got a nice hotel. We are waiting for the ghost tour to happen, and we get there. It's a walking one. I didn't like walking, but you know what? We do it. So we're walking around, and I look over at the Castillo de San Marcos that's there. It's like this big fort and all that, when there was war going on at the time. And I see a person on there. Like, I'm like, okay, that's normal. A person could be on there, just vibing. So I'm like, we're by the graveyard at this time, because there's a lot of graveyards in St. Augustine. So I look over, see a person over there, look back to the graveyard, look back up, the dude's gone. I'm like, I just like kind of let that go out of my head, because I'm like, yeah, most likely an employee is cleaning up, because they give tours of that area all the time. This is me back in 4th grade. Fast forward to when Justin's with me, and like we are about to go St. Augustine again. And I find out that anyone that's in the Castillo de San Marcos at that time is not alive. And it's very common to see ghosts of soldiers on the wall.
Oh.
And
Oh.
the figure I
Yikes.
did see was a man that looked like that had a hat on. And if I had gotten a better look at it when I was younger, it most likely would have been a soldier. And I just would not know.
Yeah, I remember you you told me that story before we were gonna go to St. Augustine, and you had told me that you had seen someone like that, but you weren't sure if it was a ghost or not. And I had, like, the night before, I shit you not, like, I had just read through some sources that it is a common occurrence for ghosts of the soldiers who had died in that fort to appear on that wall. Like, it's a common occurrence. It's the most common ghost occurrence or ghost sighting you can have at the Castillo de San Marcos. And and as soon as I told you that, you like were immediately shocked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's also Yuki, your turn.
Yuki.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so not entirely sure if this counts. And I just started with stream, by the way, sorry. Not sure that this counts, but this is something that I experienced. My first encounter with Justin when we were in a call.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Is it okay if I say this?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll
Okay.
support this as well. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, Justice and I were in a call, like any average day. You know, the usual. We were just talking about like the studio and junk and like everything else. We were just chilling. And then I saw like in the background, there was like a Justice had a lot of props thing at the back, like wooden swords or something like Minecraft, like that shit. One of his swords at the background moved a little bit, and then it was like, yeah, Justice, yeah, Justice, did that sword just move? And I, and I was like, I thought I was like, because at that time I was also like sleep deprived, so I was just like, am I just seeing that right? Or and then I told Justice about it, and then like Justice said something. I forget what he said about it. Like, what was it that you said like about that? Because I pointed it out, like it was moving in the background.
I think, well, first and foremost, for some context, the sword that she's talking about is a wooden replica sword that funny enough, I got at St. Augustine, Florida, from the Fountain of Youth area. So what she's talking about is we were in a call and she had seen the sword move in the background of my webcam, and that wasn't an uncommon occurrence because we had several things happen in the house. I know Cam can attest to that stuff.
Oh yeah, I just don't want to talk about it.
But what was happening is the sword was moving in the background, and so I turned around and I looked at it, and I think the first thing I said was, "Is anybody there?" And then it started to move again, like, and this time I was seeing it like with my very own eyes, and so I was just thinking, I feel like I know who was doing it, and I did say their name, but for, you know, privacy reasons, I'm not gonna say who I thought it was, but you know, it started moving again and whatnot, and Yuki and like there was another person in the call. They were really shocked to see all that happening, and me, I was just smiling and being all calm about it because I'm so used to this kind of stuff, and they're just freaking out and they're like, "Oh my goodness, why aren't you reacting?" And I'm just like, "Trust me, I've seen more than this."
Yeah, I know, but that was the first spooky experience for me because it's like I believe in ghosts, but I haven't seen one in action and whatnot. Oh yeah, there is another one though, if you'll let me like say it, because this is like from my personal experience. So I live in like Eastern Asia, right? I'm not gonna say where it is just for privacy reasons, but for those that know, yeah, I was at my grandmother's house years ago with my brother, and basically we believe in these beings called capres. They're like giants that smoke underneath like trees and shit, and then they're usually like alcoholics, something like that. I forgot the actual tale, but this is related to this. My brother went outside because he wanted to get something from outside. And then basically what happened was, he started smelling smoke. Now, that was weird because it was nighttime at that time and nobody was burning leaves, right? Like, cause that's something that we do here. We burn leaves because, like, you know, it's a lot more closer. And then my grandmother legitimately got up and told him, "Come inside and close the door right now. We have to
Oh.
close the door." So I was like, "Why? Why do we have to close the door?" So my brother just did what he was being told, and went inside, and we had to lock the door. And then she brought us like into the living room, let us sat down, and basically told us, "Did you see anybody burning leaves outside? Just in case, you know, like it was like probably something." I was like, "No." And she knows that the bakery nearby that usually like bakes bread doesn't really like cook shit at that hour.
Yeah.
So she legitimately told us, from here on out, on this night today, do not go outside. And then she basically told me that after that is, I think there might be a capre outside. Do not go outside because it might take you. We were like small children too, which is usually like the victims of this supernatural being. So we got so scared. Because the thing is about capres is you're not supposed to disturb them, especially at their tree. And you would notice because underneath the tree there's like a bunch of trash. Because if you do, it might, you know, it's a giant, it might kill you, yeah? And yeah, and so so from that night on, we didn't go outside because we were too spooked to do so. So yeah, that's my experience.
Ooh.
With it was terrifying as a kid.
Oh.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Interesting.
I see you.
Ooh. Spooky.
Oh my. Yeah, that's weird.
Really is.
One instance that's not mine that I can tell is we went on so I'll make this quick because I know some of us might have to leave.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I gotta
basically-
get dinner, so. But no, yeah, just go ahead. Go ahead.
We went to see Blackbeard's place in North Carolina when I was a little younger. And I didn't go on this, but my mom and dad went on a ghost tour to Blackbeard's house, and they also saw this graveyard where a little girl supposedly died of yellow fever on a ship. I cannot remember if it was one of Blackbeard's daughters or whatever. I can't remember. But basically, they went there to the graveyard, and it's common to see like things there apparently. And what they do is normally they would leave toys at the grave of the little girl, and there was no kids there, I don't believe, from what my parents told me. But my dad did take a picture of this, but he lost it because of the fact that the computer that we had was old and it died on us, and we could not get it to turn back on. But basically, when they went there, my dad took a picture of the little girl's grave, and there were bubbles. There were bubbles floating above the little girl's grave, and people would leave like little toys, like little bubbles and stuff like that. So it was kind of weird, and I saw the picture of it. You could see the bubbles, and my dad was like, "Yeah, that was the little girl playing with the bubbles in the picture." So that was pretty much it. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
There's an invisible person.
There's somebody
invisible.
attacking them.
It's Bunny.
Oh.
I see the bubble person. They're here in my crib.
It's
bubble
the
person.
it's the ghost.
I
It's
pushed
the
Bunny
ghost
off.
of the Wild SMP.
Bunny,
run
go.
that way. Bunny run that way.
Well,
Run away, buddy.
it's time to do daylight cycle day.
Bunny's about to die.
All right. I guess that's the end of the stories, right?
Yeah.
And,
I think
I'm not bloodthirsty, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
I know
go.
already
Yuki
then.
joined a little late, but Yuki, if you're gonna still stream, I plan to raid you. So I hope.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be streaming.
who's
Okay.
still gonna be streaming after this?
Okay, buddy, I'm gonna hunt you
Yeah,
down.
who's gonna be still streaming? Should we just
I'll see if I can
all
raid you
raid
as well.
Yuki?
Yeah, let's see
Let's
if
all
all
I
raid
raid
Yuki.
Yuki.
Let's all raid Yuki, okay? That'd be
Why?
I'll be right back.
Because you
Yeah,
deserve
Oh,
it.
Sydney's still going.
I'm gonna go talk to my
And-
chat. Oh, and Sydney's still going? Oh.
Yeah, I decided to still keep on going.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna at least raid
What the fuck?
Yuki, but if you guys want to raid Cindy too, that's fine. But I have never raided Yuki, I believe, so I'm gonna raid you.
I never got
Yeah, we're gonna.
You're on Twitch, right, Yuki, right now?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch. Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
Twitch.
Yeah, Yuki's on Twitch. I'm gonna go end off my stream.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go end my stream as well. I'm gonna be at Aurora Borealis.
Alright. It was very
Right,
fun.
Yeah, it was
Thanks for
awesome hanging
hosting
out with
this.
you guys. Wait, can we get a screenshot before everyone leaves?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, I can do a screenshot.
Yes, please.
time.
All right,
Yeah.
everyone by the campfire. Let's go. Let's go.
So,
Let's
like,
go. Let's
where
go.
everybody is
Everyone
to get.
gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song.
Nope, this way.
If we
Yeah.
don't have room,
Yes,
get on
I already-
people's heads.
Everyone, get in. Noise.
Justice, I'm gonna have to boot you because I'm too short. There we go.
Noise.
Oh, Cindy,
okay.
jump on my head.
We're gonna have to hop on Nova's head.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be over here.
Where's
Bring
Noise?
this way.
Someone
No,
tell
hey.
me.
He gets.
No, I.
Oh.
He gets.
He's right over there.
Noise.
No,
No, he might be AFK.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, there it goes, Ty.
Okay, he's in
Yeah.
the photo now. All right,
Alright.
guys, ready? 3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Wait, Jen, move over a little bit.
Pineapples!
Cupcakes.
Pineapples!
Other way, Jen. I
Oh,
can't see you in my
pizza.
photo.
Pineapples!
No. Oh
We
god.
did
Okay.
it.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Pineapple.
One more. 3, 2, 1, and
Pineapples! I'm gonna go ahead
Man,
and
I got several good
Alright.
ones.
good. Alright, I think I got some good ones, so we're
Alright.
good. That was fun!
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go in my stream, so
Alright.
Alrighty then, chat. We've muted and deafened. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of the scary music, and we're gonna go head over to Aurora Borealis. Hope you guys enjoyed all of those stories, those unique things that we talked about. If you guys have any ghost stories that you'd like to share and whatnot, do so in the Wild SMP fan Discord and whatnot. I would definitely love to read all of them and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Yuki and whatnot. But again, guys, we have the channel point system where you can actually name a piece of bread that can be put on the bread wall with any name that you want, just as long as it's appropriate and PG and all that stuff. You can use the channel points for that and whatnot. So thank you guys so much for joining the stream today. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the stream ending screen and all that good jazz. So we're gonna go ahead and get our music up. We're gonna get our music up so we can end the stream. Here we go. Alrighty then. Alright, so shoutouts. Thank you so much, Parameth, for the follow. Welcome to the Urban Evolution. Hope you enjoy your stay. Honestly, guys, that was a really good stream. Hope it didn't go on for too long and whatnot. It's about 2 hours and whatnot. Hope you guys enjoyed the stories. Happy to, tell your stories as well. We're gonna go ahead and raid Yuki, so let's go ahead and get that, let's go ahead and get that put in. Raid Yuki. Actually, what's Yuki? Like, oh my goodness, hold on. I gotta go into my house because phantoms and all that stuff. So yeah, give me just a second, guys. All right, cool. We are now safe from the phantoms, so let's go see, what's Yuki's name on, Yuki Blazeberry. Okay, we're gonna raid Yuki, okay? Yuki Blazeberry. Alright, so, I think that's right. Raid is created. Okay, there we go. Anyways, that is gonna do it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoy the stream. My name is Justice, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye-bye!